June 22nd, 2015 meeting of the Environment and Public Works Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Baroth? Here. Mr. Delahanty?
Here.
Chairman Marinetti?
Here.
Mr. Morelli is excused. Mr. Rocco? Here. Mrs. Stick? Here. Mr. Yolovich?
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
Is there anyone present who has not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time? Seeing no one, the next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the May 20th, 2015 minutes of the Environment and Public Works Committee before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. Next item on the agenda is new business. Mr. Clerk.
Referral 15-189, authorized.
Moved by Legislator Delahanty, seconded by Legislator Yolovich. Any discussion? Yes, Legislator Baroth.
Thank you. Through the Chair of the Administration, I have a couple questions here regarding this referral. First, I just noticed that the public hearings were held back on May 20th. Were there any comments made at that public hearing?
Through the chair, Andy Moore, Deputy Director at the airport. No, there was no one attending the public hearing.
I had a feeling. Through the Chair of the Administration, a follow-up question. Is May 2016 the expected project completion date? I mean, I realize things can change, but from the way I read this referral, that's the expected completion date?
That is what they have, I'm sorry, through the chair, that is what they've proposed as their interest in leasing that parcel.
Okay, fair enough. And then through the Chair to the Administration, and the prior agreement that expired on October 31st, 2014, was the license agreement for that in the same amount that we're now considering? So approximately $1,085 per month?
Through the chair, that is correct.
Thank you. And then finally, who actually owns this 1.3 acre parcel of land at 1185 Scottsville Road?
It is the County of Monroe.
It is owned by us. Okay, good. Just want to make sure it was unclear to me on that one. Okay.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 15-190, authorized contracts.
Moved by Legislator Yolovich, seconded by Legislator Rocco. Any discussion? Yes, Legislator Stick.
Through the Chair to the Administration, what is the timeline for the project?
Through the Chair, Jason Kennedy with Environmental Services. The master plan project is expected to take upwards of 6 to 9 months to complete.
Okay. Yes, Legislator Stick.
Through the Chair, what are the site improvements being done?
Through the Chair, the original project contemplated the addition of instructional and recreational space along with dining and food preparation spaces at the Children's Center. The master plan will revisit that, the scope of that originally conceived project, and also take into account updated factors including current legislation at the state level, also referred to as JD 18, to see if that has any impacts on the proposed recommendations for the future build-out.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Legislator Baroth.
Thank you. As a follow-up, however, even with the update to the master plan, is it anticipated that the same purpose will be the case, i.e. for recreational facilities and things along those lines?
Through the Chair, yes. There still is a basic need for rec space and food prep and dining facilities.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 15-191, increase in improvement.
Moved by Legislator Rocco, seconded by Legislator Delahanty. Any discussion? Yes, Legislator Baroth.
Thank you. Through the Chair of the Administration, I realize that this is controlled by the town of Henrietta, and the fact that they decided when to go forth with this this process. I guess my question is, what are the advantages of accepting this, and what are the disadvantages of accepting this?
Through the Chair, the agreement that the then South Central District executed with Town of Henrietta in October of '75 basically obligated the district to lease these facilities until such time that the town paid off the debt, the financial debt associated with them, and then would transfer actual outright ownership to the districts. In terms of benefit, the district has since that time maintained operation and maintenance of these facilities and is responsible in what is now the Irondequoit-based South Central District for regional conveyance, ultimately to Van Laer for treatment. So in terms of benefits, the district in effect controls the conveyance facilities, which include these pump stations and trunk sewers. As far as disadvantages, at this point, I guess I don't see any, as the district, for all intents and purposes, has, again, operated and maintained them since '75 as if they were the district's own.
Thank you. Just to follow up on that, I guess what I was thinking along the lines of, through the chair, was that because these facilities are now approximately 35-some years old, there may be some liability associated with replacing or updating these facilities as time goes by. And if we take on ownership as opposed to just operating it, we become liable. Is that a reasonable concern, or is that not a reasonable concern, through the chair?
Through the chair, that is correct. By taking or accepting outright ownership, the district will be responsible for future capital upgrades to the facilities, but it has in effect been operating and maintaining them, including, repairs or replacements for the last 4 decades already. So I wouldn't say we're incurring any additional liability that we haven't already in effect maintained for the last 40 years.
Thank you, but just to be clear, although as a practical matter that may be the case, through the chair, I would point out here that, in fact, as a legal matter, taking on the ownership role does make it an additional liability. And I guess my final question would be, through the chair, is there any known capital improvement plans, capital improvement projects coming up for these facilities in the next 5 years?
Through the chair, yes, we have one project in the CIP. It's essentially a wet well expansion for the John Street pump station.
Thank you. And through the chair of the administration, approximately what's the cost or expected cost of that?
Through the chair, the proposed CIP includes, I believe it's either $2.5 or $3 million total for that project.
Thank you. And through the chair, or to the chair, I'll just point out that to explain my vote, I will be voting in favor of this. However, upon further review at the Ways and Means, I may change my vote. Oh, wait, it doesn't go to Ways and Means. Then I guess through the chair of the administration, given that we're taking on additional liabilities that we've just discussed, do we know why this is not going to Ways and Means?
Through the chair, I'm sorry, I'm not sure that was directed to me. I know there's no cost associated with the transfer.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, the assignment of referrals into the committees of their jurisdiction is not an administration function. We don't have an answer.
Fair enough. But then just to the chair then, am I correct to assume then that we are the only we're the sole committee responsible for this referral? Would that be the chair's understanding as well?
I believe that is what was stated.
No, forgive me. The administration has no position. They stated that's not their purview. I'm just asking if you have the same understanding. According to my sheet, it's just to us. I just want to make sure you're on board and you understand that that's the case.
Yes,
okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 15-193, increase and improvement.
Moved by Legislator Delahanty, seconded by Legislator Yolovich. Any discussion? Yes, Legislator Brough.
Through the chair of the administration, do we have an idea when the environmental impact statement will be completed?
Through the chair, yes, the environmental impact statement will be completed by the August meeting of the full legislature.
By the August meeting, okay, thank you. Forgive me for the chair, I thought it would be the July, but that makes sense for August. And then through the chair of the administration, it says in addition to depth service for the project, what is the depth service for this project? Well, that's the last paragraph.
Through the chair, I don't have the exact number. It's effectively the debt service is only on the $150,000 of engineering that was associated with the district's portion of the project. Don't have the exact figures, but be happy to provide those to you.
Thank you. And then to the chair of the administration, again, if you could provide those before the meeting the full legislature this month. I'd appreciate that.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before the committee? There being no other matters, the June 22nd, 2015 meeting of the Environment and Public Works Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting will be July 27th, 2015 at 6 p.m.